Good morning, everybody. Matrix here, and here's my trade recap for January 10th. I made a few trades today on SQ and CGC. One red trades on SQ and then green trades on CGC. So let's get into it. I want to show you guys the bad trades first and then end this video with a green note. So basically what happened on SQ is this morning I saw it come down right out of the gates and I shorted it at 9:33 a.m. right here as it rejected VWAP. And from here, I was risking a little bit above, I was risking a little bit around 65 area. I think I got in at this candle, yeah, at 9:33. And I was risking quite a bit. So it came down and then it started to hold and then it bounced right back up and stopped me out. Basically, that was it on the trade. I took a loss on it, and that was it. and I I think the biggest mistake here was I got in a little bit too early on SQ. So and I also didn't recognize the double bottom here. Basically, I shorted kind of like the weakness as well. My theory going in was that it was going to reject 95, right? So here's 95 right here. And it's a nice psychological whole number. I shorted it in the middle of this range and I got in a little bit too early. And then as it came back up and popped through, basically once it popped through this 50 EMA and started riding again, I'm like, forget about it. And I stopped out. Okay. And then after that, I reverse bias, right? So I saw it bottom out right here at this 6420 area. So I reverse bias. I'm like, okay, clearly I'm wrong, and I'm looking for a pullback. So as it pulled back near this VWAP and start bouncing, I kind of bought right here at the breakout of 65, right near here at this area on this candle. And I'm thinking, okay, let's buy this and let it rip because it bounced off the VWAP. And once I got in, it did pop over a little bit and then it just tanked right back on the VWAP. And I held it. And the next candle, it popped under the VWAP. I held it some more. I wanted to wait for confirmation. So the next candle, it opens and pops back up and over. I'm thinking myself that my long position is still safe. And then a few more candles after, it just tanks right here. And I stopped out on this massive red candle. So basically, I got chopped out on both trades early, my first two trades, and I took a loss on both sides of the trade. Now, looking at it on SQ, eventually it did rip. It ripped really good, right? What my biggest mistake here today was that I got in a little too early. The real trades didn't really happen until after around the 10 o'clock area where it starts setting up. So around this area, it starts setting up. The first half an hour, it was just basically chop city. And it is what it is. I think going into the next few days of trading, I'm just going to wait the first half an hour and let things set up first, because as juicy as these moves are, it's really hard for you to pick a direction. I've seen notice lately in the SPY that during the open, the SPY likes to chop around a bit, right? Let's bring in the SPY right here, and let me show you what I mean. So if I scroll out a little bit, I mean, look at all these opening days here. It basically just chopped a little bit. It chopped, it faked out, right? And today as well, it just faked out on the first half an hour and then it picked the direction. Faked out first half an hour, and then it picked the direction. Again here, first hour, half an hour, it chops and then picks a direction. Did it happen on this day as well? Let's see. Yeah, right here. It chops down and then picks a direction up again. And this day was actually okay, pretty smooth sailing on this day. But that's my point, though. Lately, the market it's been taking its time to pick a direction, and currently, the SPY is doing like a trap and squeeze. That's what we're seeing, and that's it for my SQ trade. Next up, I want to talk about my CGC trade, which was a fantastic trade. I called CGC last night, as you can see right here. Let me blow up the chart here. I called CGC last night for a dip and rip. Because yesterday we had this nice massive run. Actually, you'll probably see it a little better on the daily chart. So here's that daily chart. Yesterday we had this nice massive squeeze run, and after hours it popped. I called for it to drop at the open to from the after hours profit taking, and then rip right back up, and then long it to 33.30s was what I call as the resistance mark. So 37.30s. So that's basically what I did. Once I got out of SQ here, I started watching CGC on the side as well. And I basically got in right here as it dipped, as I called, ripped, and then came back down. I saw this VWAP touch here. Okay, this VWAP tag. This is a trade that we take at Trick Trades every day, day in, day out. And I saw it basically hold a higher low and hit the VWAP, and I got in. Let me check real quick here where I got in. I bought at 10:06.54. So this candle, right? So I bought it at this candle, and I was risking a little bit under 35. So it just broke out of the 35 level. I bought it just a little bit under. I saw it strong. I saw it hold the VWAP. And I was actually intent on risking a little bit under even more. I was risking about the 34.70s area, right? So anyways, I longed it on this breakout of the 35 because I saw it strong. It dipped and held on the VWAP, and I basically just held it all the way, paying myself as it reaches the 35.50. I paid myself. Once it reached also 36, I paid myself, and as it came up 36.50, I paid myself a little bit more, and then 37 to the highs here, I paid myself. So every $0.50 I paid myself, and I got out at, let's see, I basically got out the last bit right around, hold on, sell, 11:05. Where's 11:05? So I got out on this candle right here as the trend snapped. Oh no, this candle right there on the trend snap. I drew this uptrend line here, as you can see. Once the trend line snapped, I got out, and then as it was coming back up, I shorted it as well. I shorted it at 11:15. So this candle is where I shorted it. And the reason why I shorted it is because it basically topped out at exactly where I called it at 37.30. And then it started dropping, and I got out. I saw this uptrend line snap. It formed a lower high. It came down hard, and I wanted to short it here, but I missed the move. So I watched this come down, and I was waiting for a retrace. So as it was retracing, and it was holding a little bit under 37, I shorted it here, and I was risking right around this area. Okay, so the previous high, I was risking right around the previous high. My average was 36.97, and it popped and dropped, and I got out and paid myself right here at the 35 mark. So around this area, I paid myself, and then I just let the rest ride to stop me out, and it eventually stopped me out right at where I entered. So it stopped me out right here as this broke, and that was it. That was my trade. So a nice long ride, and then a quick pullback short, um, and yeah, that was it. Now looking at CGC right now, it broke out once again. So I'm not gonna be looking for any more trades as of right now. I'll still be watching, but um, we'll see. We'll see if anything sets up here on CGC. But that's my trade recap today. If you want to learn how we take these setups day in, day out, check out my video link description. I am trading in the chat room of Trick Trades. Trick is my mentor. He's been my mentor for the past year and a few months now, maybe even more, like year and a half. And anybody who has been in trick trades has really had their eyes opened up and really turned their trading around. I can tell you myself, prior to trick trades, I've blown over 10 small accounts, like really small accounts. But once I got in and learned from Trick, he turned my trading around, and now I am starting to develop some sort of consistency, as you can see with these trades here. I am still making mistakes, though. I am making the mistakes of getting in a little bit too early. However, my watch list on a nightly basis, I learned to make them through Trick Trades as well. And if you've been watching them, they are highly accurate. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.